Hi guys, welcome to Audit Board. In this video, we are going to discuss two major topics for SSC CGL 2018. The first one is Comptroller and Auditor General of India, and the second one is Finance Commission of India. So both these bodies are constitutional bodies, and why these topics are very important is because these two topics are the part of tier 1 exam in general studies, okay, and these two topics are the part of paper 4 economics and finance paper for assistant audit officer, assistant accounts officer in CAG, okay. So that's why these topics are more important than others. So we will discuss all the important aspects of these two topics. So please cling on. Let's start. Please subscribe to Audit Board's YouTube channel because we are going to cover all the important topics one by one for your general studies as well as for tier 2. So Comptroller and Auditor General of India, CAG, is a constitutional body. This is the first point to be noted. Constitutional in Hindi we call it संवैधानिक. Okay. तो ये बॉडी संविधान में बनी थी, संविधान द्वारा बनाई गई थी. सो इट्स अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी. इट वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड बाय आर्टिकल 148 ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. सो दिस इज द सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. व्हाट डज आर्टिकल 148 डील्स with Comptroller and Auditor General of India? So this is one important question. Article 148, Independent Office of CAG of India. Now third line, CAG holds office for a period of 6 years or till 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. So either 6 years, for a period of 6 years, or till he or she attains the age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. Third point, 3 questions. Fourth is CAG is appointed by the President of India on recommendation of Prime Minister of India. So this is the 4-point appointment of CAG. And fifth is the removal of CAG. CAG cannot be removed from his post by the president. President can only appoint the CAG. So he has security of tenure, which is very important and which is required. So CAG को remove किया जा सकता है only on address from both the houses of parliament on grounds of proved misbehavior or incapacity, right? Then we have article 149. So for CAG we have article 148 till 151. We will discuss all these 4 important articles, and these articles can come as question because sometimes a question comes from these important articles, okay, about the constitutional bodies. So article 149 talks about the duties and powers of CAG. Then Parliament enacted CAG Duties, Powers and Conditions of Service, or DPC Act in 1971. In the year 1971, this act was amended in 1976 to separate accounts from audit. So this slide in itself is very important, okay. Now coming on to the next slide, CAG can also comment on the wisdom or wastefulness of government expenditure. This is what CAG can do or CAG cannot do. So this slide discuss mostly about it. CAG cannot audit secret services like Research and Analysis Wing, RAW. Now we have Audit Advisory Board. It was formed first in 1968, and the function of Audit Advisory Board is to associate, okay, or to join or to come along with some outside experts to handle technical aspects of audits, or so that they can have their say in their area of expertise, right? So the tenure of Audit Advisory Board is important. It is 2 years. So now Audit Advisory Board has been created recently in CAG, and is one very famous personality who is a part of Audit Advisory Board, Mr. Anupam Kher. He is an actor, so an actor can also join. So people from different walks of life who are expert in their particular fields, they can join. The reports of the CAG are taken into consideration by public accounts committees and committees on public undertakings. So basically what CAG does is CAG make reports on sector-wise reports on sectors, on ministries, on states, revenues and state expenditures where the states are expending. So for states, CAG submits the report to governor of that respective state, and for the central reports, it submits to the President of India. Now we have first CAG of India is Mr. V. Narhari Rao and present CAG of India is Rajiv Maharshi. Duties and functions of CAG. So duties and functions of CAG are important. You can read this. We will provide you the PDF. PDF is available in the description section. You can download the PDF and take them as your notes and read and revise them. Okay, so accounts related to expenditure of consolidated fund of India, of each state and of each union territory. Accounts related to expenditure from contingency fund of India, public account of India and those of states. So contingency fund of India and contingency fund of states, public account of India, public account of states. Audit accounts of all departments of central and state governments. So if you get selected as an assistant audit officer, so what you will do is you will be going on field to audit these departments, audit the ministries, audit the local bodies, audit the PSUs, right? Audit receipts and expenditure of all the bodies and authorities financed from central or state government, then government companies, other corporations and local bodies. Article 150 CAG prescribes the format of law of how accounts of union and state governments are kept. So the format of the account, so that it is easily readable, or if we want to read it after 10 years, it can be read, because there are certain frameworks, certain guidelines on how these accounts should be made and kept. Article 151 CAG submits reports of union territories, of union accounts or central accounts to the president, and for states to the respective governor. President lays the report before both the houses of the parliament. So this is the process, this you should remember. Article 279 CAG certifies the net proceeds of any tax or duty collected. Then we have Finance Commission of India, and one more thing about CAG is that it is the head of Indian Audit and Accounts Department, so which you will join if you are selected as Assistant Accounts Officer. In Finance Commission of India, it is also a constitutional body established under Article 280. This is very important article related to Finance Commission of India. To be constituted, or the Finance Commission of India is constituted after every 5 years by the President. Presently, we have 15th Finance Commission running. Before that, the 14th Finance Commission was chaired by Mr. Y.V. Reddy, and the present or 15th Finance Commission is chaired by Mr. N.K. Singh, who is a retired IAS officer. So it consists of chairman and 4 other members. This you should remember, the constitution of Finance Commission of India, how many members are there, who is the chairman. Okay, so the other members can be a high court judge, or a judge, or a person having knowledge about judicial matters, person having finance and accounts knowledge, obviously this is must have, person having finance and administration knowledge, and an economist, so that it covers all the aspects of an economy. First Finance Commission Chairman Mr. K.C. Niyogi, important. 15th, we have already discussed, it is formed to define the financial relations between the central government of India and the individual state government. So it decides about the cooperative federalism, right? So 15th Financial Commission was constituted in November 2017. So main task is to strengthen the cooperative federalism, improve the expenditure quality, and to maintain the fiscal prudence. So now we have Article 281, which deals with the recommendations of Finance Commission to the government, right? Last point here is important, which can come as a question. Finance Commission is often called as balancing wheel of fiscal federalism. Where federalism comes, it mainly deals with Finance Commission. The role of Finance Commission is only advisory and not binding on the government. So these are the functions. So you have to remember the functions of Finance Commission and duties of Comptroller and Auditor General and all the facts discussed. Most probably, if a question has to come, it will come from these points. Okay, so please register for free SSC CGL 2018 All India mock test. Here you can find the link in description and you can download the PDF also. All the very best for your preparations. Thank you.